Hey everyone, welcome back to FSi DFS. I'm McKinley412. Hope you're all having a wonderful holiday season as we return to the NHL. Day 2 post-Christmas break. And a lot of these teams did not play on Wednesday night, but a couple of them did, so they're going to be on the back end of a back-to-back. Edmonton, big favorite on the road, minus 310 at San Jose. San Jose is the team that is on the back-to-back. Edmonton is the team that is their first game back from break. Carolina, the other big favorite at home against a weaker Montreal side. Projected goalkeepers, you can see him down here. Antti Raanta, he was sent down to the minor leagues, the AHL, but he was since recalled back up on Christmas Eve. So could possibly be him in net. If it is, going to have a little bit more interest in Montreal, just given how bad and how poor Raanta has been. But maybe, a trip down for a little bit is what he needed. We've seen a couple of goalies get sent down, come back up, and they look like an entirely different goaltender. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's what he needed. But still, it has not been a fantastic season for Carolina goalkeepers, really, at all. So let's look towards some of these game line stacks here. The top stack is not really surprising at all. It's going to be the Edmonton top line of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Connor McDavid, and then Hyman there. Nugent-Hopkins, he's really going to provide value to this line and the stack, which is really going to make them even more intriguing as a stack. The only thing is that they're just going to be wildly popular, given that it is only a 4-game slate. So if you are playing GPP, especially those larger tournaments, get off of this line, get different, maybe even go down to that second Edmonton line, which at the time of this recording is like guys like Fogle and Draisaitl, but that can change. Edmonton really does like to shake up their lines a lot more than I feel other teams do. Draisaitl has really struggled so far throughout the course of the season, so they're just kind of like flipping him up with McDavid and sending him back down to the second line, and then swapping like Evander Kane with him, and now Kane's not with him, and Fogel's with him. It's just kind of all over the place. But yeah, so make sure you're paying attention to the Edmonton lines. But at the moment, this is the top line for Edmonton. It's going to be very popular, just given who they are, the affordability of them, small slate, all that kind of stuff. Next stack I'll talk about is a little bit more of a GPP stack, and this is going to be the Kings second line. If you've been paying attention to these videos throughout the course of the season, you know that when Los Angeles is on the road, I really like to target this second line. They have been absolutely dominant on the road this season, especially more here at 6K, and really the Kings in general have been dominant as a team. This is a tough matchup, though, going up against Vegas, but Vegas is really being hit by the injury bug here. Adin Hill, their goalie, he was back, and then he was injured, and really goalkeeping injuries have been like the theme for Vegas, as well as like continual injuries on the defensive end as well. So could be a little bit vulnerable, but still, I still think that Vegas gets this done. So this is more of a GPP play. But I do like the affordability, the upside that these guys have shown all throughout the season, regardless of the matchup on the road. Heading down to some of these notable special teams, 2023, you can see that Edmonton clearly has the best power play versus penalty kill advantage, going up against one of the worst PKs as having one of the best power play units. Carolina's also got a very nice matchup here, so maybe targeting that Carolina top power play unit. We're talking about guys like Sebastian Aho, who's not on this individual plays, but he very well could be and should be, given his top line, top power play, great matchup at home versus Montreal. But guys like Sebastian Aho, Brett Burns, you can see he's in the individual plays here as well at 4.2K, Svechnikov at 4.9K. I really like Carolina as a whole. It's just they're I don't want to say real life, in non-DFS. Great spot. Carolina, though, as a team, is just really notoriously known for not being a great DFS squad because they are just so good at every level of their forward lines. So you get that Carolina goal notification. You don't know if it's coming from the top line or the third line. Obviously, more so often than not, it's still going to be that top line with Sebastian Aho and everything. But still, it's still a little bit more uneasy and unsure than really any other team is in the entire league. So let's go over to these individual plays, talk about these a little bit. I didn't want to give too many out just because it is such a small slate with only 4 games. But Elias Pettersson, 7.5K. He's just been shooting the puck like crazy. He's got a nice matchup going up here against Philadelphia. If you are going with that Pettersson stack, you could go with his line mates. At the moment, they are Mikheyev and Kuzmenko. Brock Besser, I do have him highlighted here as well. He actually skates on that second line, or the first line, however you want to view it, for Vancouver. But Besser, he skates alongside JT Miller. Now, Pettersson and Besser, while not on the same even strength lines, they do skate together on the same power play unit. Vancouver, top 10 power play unit in the entire league. However, they do have a little bit of a tough matchup going up against one of the better PK units here in Philadelphia. Draisaitl, 7.3K, kind of already hinted at him already. Edmonton is going to be very popular just given, the explosiveness of their offense. Draisaitl's really struggled in his level of ability. He's struggled so far over the course of the season here, and we've seen his salary plummet quite steadily here. He's now at 7.3K. Can't recall the last time we've seen him this cheap. So given the matchup, given the affordability of him, would not shock me if he's a pretty popular play, but I also do really like Sebastian Aho kind of at this price tag as well. Gave 2 big salary guys. I'm going to go super cheap here. Going to go down to Morgan Frost, 3.8K for Philadelphia, going up against Vancouver. Vancouver, weaker penalty kill unit. Philadelphia, awful power play though. So it's kind of, which one's going to win out, it's bad versus bad. Which one's going to win? But Frost, he does skate on that top power play unit, so he is going to be getting that top power play time as a sub-4 center. It doesn't bring you a whole lot of floor, but still, the opportunity is going to be there for him in a fast affair against Vancouver. All right, talked about Brock Besser. Tippett, he's another guy, 5.4K. This is more so of like a GPP given the guys around him. If people end up in this price range, I see people probably going towards Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, going towards Fiala, going to guys like Evander Kane or Svechnikov, who's not even too far down. But Tippett, he shoots the puck a lot. He's always a play every single night for the shot on goal bonus. And when you're shooting the puck that many times, the chances that you're able to, get a deflection or score a goal yourself is pretty good. So I do like him in this as like a GPP pivot off of that more chalky guys around him. And then Svechnikov, already talked about Carolina. They're in a great spot. Svechnikov, 4.9K. He's just too cheap. Really, he's just too cheap, I think, at this spot. Should definitely be in the more mid 5K range. Bouchard, you're just going to pair him with Edmonton if you are able to get up there in that salary. Savard, huge monster shot blocker for Montreal going up against Carolina, a team who likes to shoot the puck from all areas of the ice. So he's going to have a lot of chances to get that block shot bonus. 4.4K, though, is a little bit higher than you want to be playing if you are only specifically targeting block shots. But he has been able to get on the score sheet quite a bit as of late. He's got a goal in each of his last 2, an assist in each of his last 2. Do I expect him to get on the score sheet tonight? No. Honestly, no, not really. But he has shown that he is capable of it. But I do think that he could be another pivot to the chalk cheap defenseman, and that's going to be Burns, who I think is going to see a lot of ownership. Burns, top power play unit for Carolina. Already talked about how that top power play for Carolina is going to be in a really nice spot against a weak PK in Montreal. He's just far too cheap. He shoots the puck, he blocks shots, he's quarterbacking the top power play. Pairing him with Svechnikov, pairing him with Aho, I do really like that spot as well. But again, it's probably going to be really chalky. So if you are going to go GPP, big tournaments, you got to get off of Carolina. You got to get off of San Jose. So, yeah, that kind of covers this slate. If you haven't already joined us, we'd love to have you. Just head over to our website. You'll see the link to our Discord. You'll see our subscriptions page and all that kind of stuff. And the soccer room is still free for a couple more days here. Just make sure you're using that daily subscription. But, yeah, it'll be free until the end of 2023. So thanks for watching. As always, really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Good luck in your contest, and we will see you tomorrow.